couple of the other channels I like to watch have done a top 5 most expensive NES games that they have, and invited others to join in and show you what you got. So that's what we're going to do today. I was saying, a couple other channels I like watching have done a top 5 most expensive NES games in your collection. Nintendo Hodge and Second Breakfast are a couple of them, so I will leave a link in the description below. Go check their channels out, go watch their videos, their top 5. So what I used for this was price charting. I don't always agree with price charting, but I figured I would use it just for this. Okay. So at number 4 we have Godzilla II with the manual. I can't say I've played this. It's got to be expensive for a reason, and that's on price charting for about $112 with the manual. At number 4, Shatterhand, complete in the box. This goes on price charting for about $126. This is a pretty fun game if you get a chance to it. A little side scroller. Number 3, Shadow of the Ninja, complete in the box. Once again, this is a pretty good game. $127 on price charting. Now this next one's kind of hard to price, and you'll see why here in a second. So at number 2, we have a factory sealed graded gotcha. Now I bought this I bought it graded. I did not have it graded. I don't know why anybody would have gotcha graded, but they did. And this is hard to put a price on because the last one that sold over a year ago. So the last one that sold over a year ago for $156. And it had a 85 grade exactly like this. So we'll go with $156. And before we get to the number 1, some honorable mentions. And these are games that they're a little higher priced, but I just like the games. First one, Toxic Crusaders. This is a lot of fun if you have it, and this goes for about $50. Romance of the Three Kingdoms, number 2. This goes for about $75. Another fantastic game. And Felix the Cat. Felix the Cat goes for about $62. I found this. I went into a flea market and asked them if they had any video games, and they said no. So I'm gonna have a look around anyways. It was like an indoor, I don't know, they had a bunch of boxes and stuff laying around. So I just went looking hunting, and I found this, some Xbox 360 games, and some other stuff. So I just grabbed up all the games and I went up to the counter. And the lady said, I said, what do you want for these games? And she picked up the 360 games and she says, well, I want $10 for a piece for these. And then I had this and I think 2 Genesis games. And she says, I want $2 a piece for the cartridge games. So I put back the 360 games and bought the 3 cartridge games. So I picked this up for $2, I think. And it's a $62 game. Alright. So, number 1. Gargoyles Quest 2. If you have not played this, this is another fantastic game. I got the original Gargoyles Quest for Game Boy. It was one of my favorite games on Game Boy. It's kind of a action RPG where you have some of the RPG where you're above and you do all the stuff and you go around and talk to people, but then it has the action where it goes into like a side scroller. So this is a fantastic game. If you don't want to buy this, at least check out the Game Boy version. I think the Game Boy version is like 20 or 30 bucks, but it's a great game. Most of mine are complete in the box, and I never really collected complete in the box, but if I found them, I picked them up, and I couldn't resist when I found that. I had to buy that. It's cool when you find stuff like Gotcha. I mean, this is the only graded game that I have for NES, and I got it pretty reasonably priced. I think I paid like $75 for it, and that was probably 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah. And that's it. I would invite anybody else who wants to do a top 5 NES titles to do it, and I'll share a link once again in the description below to where I got this from. And I would like to throw down the gauntlet and ask people to not only do this, but let's do SNES next time. So with Retro Reboot, I'm Dan. See ya.